Few weeks I've been to, I've had friends of family, a number of mourning houses that I've visited, 3 or 4 just over the past 2 weeks. In Judaism, there is a period called or a week, but it refers to the period of time where a family sits and mourns in their home, where people come to visit them, where people come to cook for them, where they're not allowed to leave, they're not allowed to shower. It is a week totally focused on comforting the family who are mourning. And there is so much brilliance. It just gives an inkling into understanding the psychology that is involved in the ritual of the Jewish people, of the Torah. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. I talk about this over and over again. Judaism is not just a religion. Yes, we have religious rituals, but Judaism is a life system. It is a framework for how to live. It is a framework for how to be the best people we can be, how to raise a family, how to live in a community. Judaism is mind-boggling awesome when you understand the intricacies and thought processes from God that came into developing it, and the ritual surrounding mourning and death gives a little insight into the hugeness that is the understanding of psyche and man. Because there are many people in this world, religious or secular, of Jewish religions, when a loved one dies, there is a funeral, people come to visit, and then that's it. Then they are alone, trying to move forward in life, holding on to the pain of the loved one that they lost. But in Judaism, it is not that way. We have a system, a framework. Like I said, there is a period of mourning that is done, where everyone comes to comfort them, when everyone comes to do things for them, where they are supposed to mourn. They're supposed to sit with their ripped clothing, again, symbolic act of ripping your clothes, showing that you're in mourning, and staying in those same ripped clothes without taking a shower for a period of a week. There is so much brilliance to the Jewish life system that we see within the rituals of mourning and death. And now we're coming to the big question mark, because those of us who are familiar with Jewish law, again, familiar with the life system, know we're about to come to the holiday season. And in the holiday season in Judaism is the biggest question. If someone passes away before a holiday, then that family's mourning period is cut. It could be cut to even 0. If someone dies on the eve of a Jewish holiday, they hardly have any mourning whatsoever. We go right into the holiday. And then you're going to ask me, Avi, where's the brilliance in that? If there's such brilliance in Judaism and in what God understands the psyche of man, how can he cut the mourning period just because it's a holiday? So now you come to a different aspect of Judaism. Judaism is all different parts that come together. And the aspect of the holidays are when the Jews are supposed to celebrate and put aside everything else going on in their lives and just focus on the happiness and specialness and uniqueness of that holiday. And that is supposed to replace everything else going on in our lives for that moment. So in the Jewish system of life, even though mourning is important, the community coming together to help a person, a family mourn and guide them through this new stage of life without their loved one, holidays and the happiness that come with celebrating Jewish holidays brings a different aspect. So there is no need for the mourning, even though the psyche still needs it. But according to the Jewish system, that puts a stop to the mourning. It is still a big question mark, and it still pains many because there is so much healing that is done with a mourning period. And that God understood, and the rabbis that helped develop the system of Jewish life cycle understood one of the most unbelievable laws that have to do with mourning, and not everyone knows this, not every Jew knows this. One of the most unbelievable laws is so connected to psychology. When a person goes to a mourning home, to the house of a family, a friend, mourning their loved one, we are not supposed to talk first. We are supposed to wait till the person mourning talks to us. Now, someone might ask, what's so brilliant about that? But it is mind-boggling brilliant, because you do not know where the head of that person mourning is. Maybe he could be totally devastated. You don't know what he wants to talk about, how he's going to talk. Some people talk more, some people talk less. Some people, because it's an older person, they were waiting for this. It is more expected. They're not as sad as others. They're willing to ask you how you're doing, what's going on in your life. Others are not in a place to talk at all. Other people are just talking about their loved one who passed away. But it's so brilliant. Don't start talking to the person you're visiting until they start talking to you. That is, again, part of this Jewish life system. And some people call it a law, but you see, Judaism is not dry laws that just have to do with how we act towards God. It deals with a whole life system of how we're supposed to act between one another. It's so much more than a religion. It is an instruction booklet on how we can be the best people working and living within a family, within a community, making each one of the circles in our life better, and therefore affecting all of humanity. So that is my daily inspiration for today. Even in death, you can see the brilliance and godliness of God and the rabbis who helped develop this system of life called Judaism, which is much more than just a religion. That's it for today, everyone. Just a little bit of inspiration, even from the most tragic points in anyone's life that we come into contact with, which is death. And signing off from the beautiful ancestral homelands of the Jewish people, here, the Judean Hills. Thank you so much, and if you know anyone who would be enriched by this information, please share, share, share. Shalom, everyone.